out. Well, hey, babe, it's Jamithatsme here. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, let's go ahead and get into the latest episode of Love Island. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. I'm seeing a lot of y'all comments. Y'all is really going in up here. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and hop right on into this thing. As you guys enter the building, I see we got about 100 and some people up in here. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button on your way in. Okay, go ahead and hit that like button on your way in. Okay, let's go ahead and hop into it. Cash and Trina. She's talking to Trina, honey. She says that she thinks that Charlie is into Miss what's her name? Into Miss Elena. Okay, she thinks that he's into Miss Elena, but he tells her that it's not the initial spark that he and Cash had. See, that's gonna be my issue with Charlie throughout this show, is feeling as though he's full of shit. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on. Okay, what else we got? So Olivia comes in. She's concerned because y'all know she's still pressed about Corey. She's still worried about that. She feels as though he's probably going to pick Bailey. He probably is. Okay, if you ask me, I think Corey is definitely going to pick Bailey, but I think he's trying to keep people in limbo until the recoupling, for real, for real. And now that they got this new guy in the house, that's gonna be real interesting to see how that plays out, because I don't know. I feel like Corey may be happy. He may be jealous initially or come off as though he's really jealous. But some part of me feels like he's going to be happy the new guy is going to come in and probably take Olivia off of his hands so that he can feel comfortable moving forward with something with Bailey. Okay. What else did I want to say? Cash tells Olivia, like, girl, everything is good as long as he don't sit up there and disrespect you. And then Olivia's like, girl, what do you mean disrespect you? She was like, well, I mean as far as kissing. Like, he shouldn't be kissing or he shouldn't be lying to you or anything like that. And I'm like, first of all, somebody said, I don't think Corey will do that. And I was like, and why the hell would he not? Why would Corey not? Now, Corey, I feel like Corey lying already by telling you he 100% into you and then telling the other girl he 100% into her too. So I feel like he already lying. That's number one. Number two, why y'all think he not going to kiss her if that's where most of his attention has been? He's been over there with her. So, yeah, miss me with all of that. I don't know why. It was the fact for me that y'all would sit up there and think that he wouldn't lie and he wouldn't kiss nobody. Girl, go ahead. All right. Shannon and Josh, they go on their first date. Okay, congratulations to Shannon and Josh. He decides to ask her to be his girlfriend. And y'all know me, I'm up here like, well, you should have asked her that before you fucked. How about that? Before you guys went up there and got it in over there in the hideaway. Okay, you should have asked her that question when you were up there. Okay, all right, that's what they should have did. But I guess, honey, Anyway, he told me, I think he said he falling for Shannon. I'm like, Shannon didn't already fail, baby. She already done tripped over, fell, bumped her damn head and everything else. So y'all just ride off into the sunset, okay? Olivia and Trina are talking, okay? Olivia is feeling like, listen, I don't even want to open up no more. The fear of rejection is truly getting to Olivia. She is really bothered. She says that Corey is around here diddy bopping like a kid, the same way he did with Florida. She sees the same energy in Bailey. And I just feel like that's what it is. Like, don't assume that, I don't care what Corey is telling you. And I think Cash told her that, like, go off of his actions. See how he moving and how Corey is moving. Corey is moving with the interest in Miss Bailey and not an interest in Olivia. Okay, so that's why I feel like, just like one of the girls, I think that came into the house said they don't even believe the thing with Corey and Olivia was real because it wasn't. I feel like they got together to save each other on the show for the most part. But I think his energy is with Bailey. I think he's going to end up picking Bailey. So we'll see how that's gonna go. Okay, Shannon and Josh, they come back from the date. They up there telling everybody how the date went. He telling everybody I asked her to be my girlfriend, all of that, right? America, we up here thinking the way y'all sucking it all throughout the house and in the bed and stuff, honey. We thought that y'all probably was already in a relationship, y'all. We thought y'all was already girlfriend, boyfriend already. But did y'all peep Kira's face when they came back? Karen was giving me, I'm finna complain. The same way they was complaining about the fact that she was not originally picked first when they were doing the which girl should stay versus which girl should go. Yeah, it was giving me, it should have been me. That's what it was giving me. I thought it would have been me. That's what she was giving. Like, I think she was slick hating a little bit. I think Will was hating too. I feel like their entitlement was going to be peaking just a little bit, and they were going to go and ask the producers, why did they not get the opportunity to go out on a date? Hello? Try, good night, and goodbye. What else happened? So Charlie, okay, he's speaking with the guys. He's speaking on Elena. He's talking about how beautiful she is. They're saying, listen, do you think that she's gonna be enough to turn your head? And he was like, nah, you know, I think it's gonna be pretty tough to turn my head. Charlie and his lies, honey. Let me go ahead and just okay. Olivia, once again, she's pressed with Corey about being on the back burner. Okay, but it's weird because I don't know what Olivia, like, you pressed about being on the back burner. You see him getting closer with this girl. You don't want to interrupt, but y'all still are a couple. So, or whatever y'all are. So it's nothing for you to go and try to take up some of his time and say, hey, can we have a chat? Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Okay, instead of sitting up there, you know, agonizing, I guess that's the best term, like over there stressing about what the hell he got going on. Like, go over there and try to talk to him. Go over there and try to do more stuff. I don't know what it is. I wanted her to get some more business about herself in the house instead of sitting up there following Corey around and seeing what Corey got going on. All right, Josh and Corey talking, okay? Josh wants to know, what's up? Like America want to know, who's your number one? And of course, Josh ain't telling nobody SHI nor a T, okay? He's not saying whether or not Bailey is his number one, even though we all can see that she is your number one, to be honest. He says that he doesn't know. Josh tells him, listen, I think that you should get to know Bailey. This ain't nothing new from what Josh has already told him previously. I think you should get to know her more, but also just keep it up. Keep it a buck with Miss Olivia. Tell her what's what, all right? And we'll see if he's going to follow suit with that, all right? So then when it comes down to Corey and Bailey, he asked her what her goal is, and she was like, well, I mean, you know, you are my number one. Duh. I came in the house. I was interested in you. But I feel like the only thing that's really keeping me from being with you is Olivia, you know? Girl. Corey's like, yeah, I know. It's kind of confusing, huh? Yeah, like you're my type to a T. She was like, well, what's your type? He was like, you. She was like, that's it? Just me? I was like, Corey, you don't know what your type is? You don't know your type? I can't deal. Maybe that's why you went over there and started flocking to Miss Olivia, because you ain't got no type. Okay. Corey playing the fence, in my opinion, because he sat up there and told that girl, like I told y'all before, that he's all in 100%, but then he also said the same thing to Olivia. So Corey really needs to figure out figure out what the hell you want to do. Okay? Just figure it out. Corey, and I also feel like Corey, number one, I already told you, I feel like Corey just wants to have some attention. He's glad to have some attention. And I feel like he probably not used to being in the middle like that, kind of like what Cash was dealing with. He not used to being in the middle, so he's probably like, I don't know what the hell I should do. But you know what you want to do. You want to go with Bailey, but you're afraid of hurting the feelings of Olivia. But we don't give a damn about Olivia's feelings being hurt. Do we? I don't. So just do what you're going to do. Anyway, so we get to Charlie and Elena. So he pulls her to the side, wanting to have a conversation. He tells her that it's certain things that's preventing him from moving forward with Cash. So he's still stuck on the stuff that's going on with Cinco. Even though Cinco ain't even in the house, he still feels a way about that. He says that he says he would be doing himself a disservice if he didn't go out and explore more options. I can't disagree with him on that. You know what I'm saying? But Cash brought you over there. So, I mean, I thought you was just all in on Miss Cash. But I guess I'm not, honey. He doesn't want to waste his time, so he's going to have a talk with Cash. Okay, so I guess he felt like he was going to be wasting his time with Cash. Let me tell y'all, Cash and Charlie, they done confused the hell out of me. Okay, I'm confused, and I know America is somewhere like, what the hell is going on in between the sheets and in my home, because I don't understand what the hell going on with these two. What are y'all doing? All right, she is interested as well, so of course Miss Elena wants to get to know him too. I don't know about Miss Elena either. She's such a cute girl. I wish she really had somebody there that was you know, an option for her, but I feel like she probably just wants to be there for the experience. As all of the girls said the first night, I'm here for the experience, and if I find love, like, that'll be great. So I feel like she just wants to tag with somebody to be in the house for the experience. I feel like if somebody else that comes in and they, you know, piques her eye, she probably gonna end up, if she were to get coupled up with Charlie, she gonna leave Charlie right where he stands. Okay. What else do I have? He says that everyone loved, this was key for me. I was just like, okay. All right. So my initial thoughts about you was probably right. So he says that, and see, she says, I love Cash, I love Cash. And I think that you really should get that sorted out, And he was like, see, that's the thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody love her. So it kind of make it like a little tough on how I'm trying to move. And I'm like, yeah. So you knew how everybody was feeling about Cash. You knew Cash had influence in the house, and you knew that she was a fan favorite, which is why you went in there guns blazing, trying to make sure that you got yourself connected with Cash, considering the fact that her and Cinco was in the like, what the hell going on type of phase. So I'm over here looking at you a little sideways, and then you kind of like, you don't really know what you want to do as far as Alana, because you really do want to go over there and pursue her, but you're afraid that America gonna drag your ass. And please be afraid, because we are. We're gonna drag you, baby. We are. Get over here. We are, baby. We're going to drag you. Okay, so get ready. Okay, let me go ahead and move on. All right, so then Trina went to tell Cash that Elena is talking to Charlie, right? So Cash thinks that it's Elena that keeps talking to him. Like, why are you talking to my man? Like, he's coupled up with me. Why are you talking to him? Find someone else. Okay, don't mess with my man. Okay, I'm gonna be the one to bring it to you. Got my girls, my man. Okay, so this is how Cash is moving. And I'm like, well, Cash, I wish you would have knew, but you're going to see once you get out of the house, it was all Charlie and it was none of Elena. And she going to figure that out, because they're going to end up having a conversation about that. So Charlie and Cash, which was suspect as hell. So I understand a bit about how Cash was feeling, because it's like, you just talked to this girl and she went and told everybody, and she was like, listen, something bad finna happen. So Cash already knew what was in store for her. She was like, oh, something bad about to go down. He pulls her for a conversation. He pulls her for a chat, but she knows something to go down. He says that he knows him, and he wants to come out and tell her that he doesn't know if he wants to move forward. But it has nothing to do with anyone else. See, this is what made me, that's what made me feel a way about him when he could not be upfront. Okay, that's the problem that I have with him. Let me finish this, and then what else? So she says that, oh, that's interesting. You're saying that it's not about somebody else, but I just saw you have a conversation with Elena. And then you turn around, and then you over here trying to have a conversation with me and telling me you don't want to move forward. We don't have to have this conversation anymore. Understood where Cash was coming from, because it did seem like he was trying to play her for sure. And I didn't like that at all about him. Like, just be honest. If you are looking to pursue this girl, say that. Okay, just communicate that and say that. But I don't know. I don't know what the hell that man had going on in his head, but he was not being honest, which makes me keep my good eye on him as he moves throughout this house. Okay, it makes me feel like at this moment Charlie is probably in there to see what it is that he can gain. First of all, Charlie think about this damn money. Charlie trying to get this coin at the end of it. Okay, Charlie's trying to get this coin at the end of the day, because there is no reason I should have this much confusion in my heart after the show done ended, because I'm so lost between the two of them. Let's go ahead and move on. So Cash and Trina talk. Cash tell the girls that he just pulled her and told her that he don't want to move forward with her. So Cash is really bawling her eyes out. She's all over the place. Okay, Trina, I want you to take note. Okay, when you upset and you crying, girl, this is what you do. Okay, because we saw them tears on Miss Cash. They was genuine and they was sincere. Okay, now when you was over there crying over there on Cinco, we didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay, we thought you were acting. All right, so when Miss Cash was over here doing her, like, girl, she was really crying. She was really hurt, and I felt her pain, because it's like, dang, I feel like I'm back in this same situation all over again with how I pick guys. Like, I don't pick guys, the best way that I can. Okay, I'm not doing good with picking guys, and then it's a familiar situation, and it's a very, very recent situation. So I definitely felt her pain, and it was like, I bet you sit over there crying because you regretting letting Cinco go, ain't you? Ain't you, sister girl? I know you are. I know you are over there like, why the hell did I let this man go? Yeah, you should have made your decision to begin with, okay? Now, at this point, I don't know. So when I saw this scene, I felt like, Charlie, you on my shit list. But I still stand by the fact that I still stand by how he was feeling about Cash, as far as how she was kind of moving and stuff, even regardless of him saying, oh, well, I'm confident or whatever, I'll come over and all this, going back to the villa or whatever. Despite him saying that, I still think that Cash handled that situation not fair to him. So I'll still give him credit for that. But I just feel like it was the lying for me. It was the withholding the fact that you were interested in somebody else in the house for me. And I felt like the issue that you had and the issue you said you had was with Cinco and how she moved. Granted, understood. But here's the thing. The person and the problem has now been eliminated. So what's what? Y'all have time to try and work on y'all and fix that and move forward. So that makes me feel like, and I'm looking at you sideways because you're using this as an excuse to drag out some shit. That's like somebody being in a relationship, and I don't know if you guys have been in relationships where it's always some shit. It's like every 2 weeks y'all get into it, but that person is really creating issues so that they can go out and do what the fuck it is they want to do. So I felt like he was trying to hold this issue over her head so that he can go out and be with Miss Elena or do whatever, you know what I'm saying? But instead of just saying I'm finding interest in her, he tried to use the issue with her and how she handled situations with Cinco as a bigger deal than what it was. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What else did I want to say? Charlie says that, so when Cash is crying all over the place, so Olivia goes and she's trying to talk to him, and this man says, I don't need to talk to girl, I ain't got time. That man said, I don't need to have a conversation with anybody. Like, I don't need to talk about anything. She's like, you sure? Are you sure? Because if somebody said that to me and I done had them all, in the room crying or whatever like that, like, I would think I owed them an explanation or something. He was like, oh yeah, I'll give her an explanation. That's not a problem. But if you think I'm going to give her the explanation and talk in front of y'all, you got me fucked up. You must not know me very well. I'm a man of very, very little words. Okay, girl? And I don't have much for you now. So when I'm ready to talk to Cash, I will talk to Cash, but I will not be talking to you, and I won't be talking to y'all. Okay? All right, then you can get out my face. That's how Charlie was moving with his energy. And I was like, okay, then, Charlie. Okay, he was not ready to talk. What else happened? So then Corey and Olivia, she wants to talk to him. Corey doesn't. I could have sworn, was it me? Because I could have sworn Corey said that he sat up there and talked to Olivia. No, I'm sorry, not Olivia, but to Bailey for 3 hours. 3 hours they sat up there and they talked. That's a long ass time, girl. That man, he likes that woman, okay? Olivia said that she wasn't expecting that and says that she wants the best for him. I'm like, at this point, you're going to have to want the best, and you're going to have to moonwalk as well, because Corey is slowly making his decision. It was interesting to hear Cash say that she want to sleep in Shannon and Josh bed because she didn't want to sleep in Charlie bed. And I said, girl, who want to sleep in that 6 pad? Who wants to sleep on that? Not I. Not I. Said, Jamie, do not put me over there in no folks' bed, girl. All these people bed. I think Corey had an empty bed. I think Olivia had an empty bed. I could have sworn it was Shannon. She was talking 2 times. Can I go over there and sleep with you and Josh? I said, no, you didn't. You ain't that stressed out over Charlie that you gonna go lay over there in that 6 pad. No, ma'am. So let's go ahead and move on. So Corey and Jeremy. Corey says that he's trying to he's continuing trying to assess. First of all, I'm sorry. Yeah, Corey and Jeremy. So Corey tells Jeremy, because Jeremy was shocked by the fact that he spent so much time talking to Bailey. And he says, yeah, that's why I was talking to her so long, because, I was trying to, really assess where she was. And I'm like, were you trying to assess? Like, and see, Corey is giving me Charlie energy, because I feel like he too is not being honest as well. Just say that you're interested in Bailey. I don't understand. Just say that you're interested. Just say that. I don't understand that. Like, yeah, I was talking to her so long because, I was just trying to assess things to see how she was feeling about stuff and where she is. And it's like, what the fuck? Just say you want to be. I can't. Just make him say he's going to make his decision soon. I said, please make it. Can you make it tonight? Because we tired. We tired, baby. So when it comes to Cash and Elena, she finally pulls her to the side to have the conversation, which was big of Cash, and I'm glad that she did, to like clear the air, because Elena was definitely feeling like she was the blame for some stuff. She was like, girl, I thought I had these stuff because when nobody communicated with me, I thought it was me. I thought I was the problem. And Cash said, no, you weren't the problem at all. The issue was the fact that Charlie ass ain't good at communicating. And he sent me back to a place of how Cinco made me feel. And he never even told me originally that he was even interested in you. Like, that's something that I didn't even know. And Elena goes on to let her know that, I like you. I would never want to hurt you or anything like that. She just thought that she was to blame. And of course, Cash reassured her that, girl, it wasn't you. It was him. It was that motherfucker right over there. Okay. So I thought that was cute for them to have that sit down. and they were able to sort things out, because obviously Charlie wasn't communicating. And if you are interested in Miss Elena, like you say you are, and she's probably feeling away thinking that she did something, then you should have been able to go over there and communicate with her too and tell her that it had nothing to do with her as well, but he didn't. So I'm just like, Elena, if you were to take interest in Charlie, you need to be mindful and you need to watch him. Okay, you need to put your good eye on Charlie. Okay, because people that don't know how to communicate, I feel like, I mean, although people that do know how to communicate can be really good liars, but I really have a think about motherfuckers that don't know how to communicate and say what it is they want. Okay, y'all be the motherfuckers that we really gotta watch, honey. All right, so what else I said? I'm reading my notes, y'all. 1 second. I think I already said that part about him. You guys could have been right about him switching up after the whole Cinco situation. As far as like him leaving the house, because I didn't really like that, and I already kind of spoke on that about how I felt like he was holding that over her head because he had another agenda going on behind that. Like he was really trying to go over here and talk to this girl, but using his issue with that as an excuse, like, oh, as to why they couldn't move forward or something like that. And I didn't like that. I didn't like how he moved with that situation. What else? Cash and Charlie. So they end up having a talk, and this is what left me so confused. I was like, what the hell is going on for real? So Cash says that she was glad to talk with Elena because that's when she learned that he was interested in her, because that's what he told Elena or whatever, and that's what Elena came back and told her. Cash says that he could have said that. Okay, if he was interested, you could have just said that. I'm like, couldn't he have just said that? You ain't had no problem telling her that you felt the way about what was going on with Cinco. So why the hell you ain't go out and tell her that, listen, I'm interested in this girl. I want to get to know X, Y, and Z. Why you ain't tell her that? You told her everything else, sir. So then Charlie calls her out, which was interesting. Okay. Nah, listen. Okay. It was interesting because he said, we always talking about communication, but when I tried to talk to you and communicate with you, you decided to get up and pretty much remove yourself. You didn't even want to engage in the conversation anymore. Okay. And I understood exactly where he was coming from, because he's like, Cash, you did say that. Cash, you did say that. But then on the flip side, it was like, because Charlie, you was being full of shit. Okay. That's why you was being full of shit. And she smelt your shit and she got up and she left because she didn't want to sit around that shit. Okay, so she says that she was hurt and it took her back to a place where Cinco put her in. Okay, Cash reminds him that he can tell her anything. She tells him that she wants somebody that's able to communicate with her during the toughest of times. Okay, I agree with Cash on that. He asked her, so what now? Cash said, baby, it ain't changed over here, honey. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I was always interested in you. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that brought you back. Okay, from Console more, so baby, I'm good. I'm still interested. You answer the same question. And then what did he say? He tells her, oh, that basically he wants to get to a place where they can move forward from this. And he said, I want us to get to a place where we can move forward from this whenever. And then he just stopped and she looked and laughed. And I'm looking like, what the hell just happened? What was that? Okay. And it just took a left from there, because I'm like, well, what are y'all? Because she then I'm confused. Look, Janet, I'm confused too. I'm like, what the hell just happened? So you was mad at him, he was mad at you, he wanted to be with somebody else, or he was interested in somebody else, and you still was mad because you went and told the girls, because what he told you was that he didn't want to be with you no more. And then y'all sit down, y'all having the conversation. He said he's glad that you guys are able to come back and have the conversation, even though she walked away. It makes me think that he thought that she was more sexy for her to be able to come back and warm it up and have the conversation or something. And I'm like, well, then that makes you unsexy, sir, because you didn't keep it 100 with her from the beginning. So I'm just, what is happening? And then he says, no, then he said something like, I like when it's spicy. I like when you keep it spicy or something like that. Because she said something, I guess, about wrecking his brain. He was like, yeah, I kind of like some spice to it. And then she said, yeah, you know, I'm the dip to your rice. And I'm like, what the fuck? What just happened? So are y'all together or are you all not? Because when they did the whole Fashion Nova thing, they were dancing on each other. And I was just like, is America feeling how I'm feeling? Because I don't know what's going on. Like, are you guys going to be together or you're not going to be together? And even if you are going to be together, I'm side-eyeing the hell out of Charlie now. I'm side-eyeing you. That's just so, I don't get that. I don't get that. I got to read these comments. I don't understand. Charlie realizes that to win, he needs to stay with public spade. Man counting his cash, y'all. That's how I started to see him earlier in the episode. I was like, oh, baby, Charlie trying to get this coin. That's why he said it was so tough for him to switch up and, you know, start pursuing Elena. So, I mean, but then that's what you ended up saying anyway, was that, well, you didn't say it, but we already knew it because that's what you told Elena. So then you had intentions on being sneaky or something. You was going to have the conversation with Cash, but I guess you couldn't tell Cash because Cash walked out. It's messy, y'all. We get 2 new people. We get Casey from ATL. He's a barber. But what was interesting was I never heard him say who he was interested in. I'm like, so Casey, who you trying to, who you trying to love out here? Andre from Brazil, and he's an ex-soccer player. He wants to see about Olivia. Very interesting. So I mean, if he snags her up, then I guess good for them. But anybody that actually wants Olivia, she don't want them. So it's not gonna matter at the end of the day. Okay, because she never wants who actually wants her. Why is she still here? So at the end of the night, everybody changes to their Fashion Nova gear. They go jump on the bed, and the 2 guys pop out. So it seems like it's going to be a pretty interesting episode, but I think that some of the new guys and the new girls may be interested in each other. So it's going to, Love Island going to continue to be a mess until the show goes off, honey. Let me see what y'all saying over here in these comments. I understand Charlie's side, but I also understand Cash too. I think they're communicating very poorly. I agree, Talisa. I hope I said it right. I apologize. Talisa, I agree. I mean, I understand some of it. I do, so I have to agree with that. And they don't do a good job of communicating, but want to communicate. Okay. Olivia also a whole lie. Obviously want what's best for you to Corey. Like, girl, stop it with the be correct. She does not want what's best for him. She wants herself to be with him. But that's what okay, so J.A. Girl Vendetta. Nah, he really wanted the coin. He wouldn't have switched up on the public fave. Cash, he was trying to leave her ass, but she didn't let him go, obviously. I don't think Cash didn't let him go. I think he chose to stay. I guess she could have been like, nah, I'm good. You made your decision. Go over there and let the guy comes around. That could be the case, but I just feel like anybody that likes Olivia, she don't like no back. But then I guess the other person that was there was what was his name? Slade. And I hate that he did not get a chance to stay. Maybe they could have had an interest, but I feel like Olivia sabotaged so much of her situations that it really don't matter what they look like, what their background is. It's not gonna matter because she sabotages it. And I think she hooked up with Corey on some I'm just trying to stay safe in the house, and then ended up probably really liking him in the process. And that's the only reason why. Coupling up with Cash is risky just for the simple fact that she is fans' favorite. So if people do genuinely make a connection with her, then meet someone else, they like more automatically labeled the bad guy. I mean, I think that's true. I think that's true. Even if they really genuinely really have a liking for her and they decide they want to go somewhere else. Yeah, I think we definitely, I know I'm looking at you like, opportunist. We see you. Elena ain't interested in Charlie at all, and Cachet forgive everyone so quickly. Like, girl, please, we know you salty. Yikes! Y'all think she forgive people too quickly? Maybe she got a little bit of Kira in her for sure. I don't think Elena's interested in Charlie for real, for real. Only I feel like she's interested in Charlie because Charlie's interested in her. She was also interested in Jeremy. If Jeremy would have shown that interest into Elena, I think that she would have went with Jeremy. But Jeremy's not giving her that interest because he thinks she's beautiful, but he's really into Bailey. So, true. Let me scroll up, see what you guys think. What? No offense, Bailey is such a basic white chick. I don't think so. I think she's actually gorgeous, and I love the fact that she's not as slim as these other girls they be trying to throw out here in our face. Okay, so I really like that. She is, to me, you know, to each his own. But I think, oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about, my apologies. I'm thinking about Elena. That's the one. Elena is gorgeous to me. When it comes to Bailey, She cute. She cute. She all right. She ain't no Florida, but she cute. She cute. She ain't no Florida though. See what Cash did wrong, but if you like her and you knew stuff coming, okay, then understand that one. Maybe responded to somebody. What? I like her. She may be a little boring, you know what I'm saying? But is that her fault? I like her. I wish she had somebody that was really interested in her at the house. Do you think Charlie called himself teaching Cash a lesson? Because as soon as she broke down, he was fine. So suddenly he's not interested in Elena. A lot must have been edited. And that's what I'm wondering. And that's why I'm like, are we going to get a drop? Like, are y'all going to do a drop of tonight or something? Are y'all going to give us some extra footage or something? Because what the hell didn't happen? Because I know it was more. If Corey can sit up there for 3 hours and talk to Bailey, and then they crop it down to like 2 minutes, then I know Charlie and Cash sat up here and talked for a long time. They probably got some real understandings about them. He could be trying to teach her a lesson. I don't know, but I hope not. Because if you're trying to teach anybody a lesson, to me, that's F-boy tendencies, and you need to be over there on F-boy Island, honey. Not Love Island. F-boy Island. Cash is who she is. She's just going to play the game with that idiot now. So as to avoid being eliminated, that could be, you could be right. I don't think Cash is stupid by far. You could be right. Or until somebody else come along that she's probably more interested in, and she may drop him. When? I didn't see her rubbing on him when she had the meltdown, but I definitely saw her grinding on him. And I said, "Ooh, girl, what is happening? What are we doing? Are y'all together or not?" Elena knows that Cash is not someone to mess with because she will get cussed out on Twitter. She knows that America will not like her. Oh. Let me see what else y'all over here saying. Charlie lives in the gray area. So do y'all think Charlie is worse than Cinco? Do y'all think Charlie is worse than Cinco? I don't know, y'all. I feel like some part of me feel like they neck and neck here because neither one of them could really say how they was really feeling. I guess the only difference is Charlie may have been interested in somebody, but we ain't yet see Charlie go and couple up or link up with somebody else, okay? So I want to know what y'all think. Who y'all think is worse? Yeah, I need to see extra footage because they made up too quick. I suspected Charlie was playing Cash to get in and stay in the house. He played her. I was feeling like that, but by the end of the episode, Miss Mama's, I was confused. I did not know. They probably playing each other because they damn sure played America because we don't know what's going on. We don't know. I'm over here like, what are y'all together? Y'all not? Y'all dancing? Y'all loving on each other? Y'all started off. You was over there crying. He had you crying. Had you feeling like Cinco had you feeling? Then y'all had a quick talk about him lying. Pretty much, the conversation to me started off with him lying. The fact that he told you it had nothing to do with nobody else. You already witnessed with your own eyes that he was sitting down talking to another girl. Then you go to this girl and this girl tell you that he said he was interested in her, but she told him to figure out things that's going on with you first. So and you said that you was glad to have that conversation with her because she told you things that he didn't tell you. And then by the end of that conversation, y'all over here talking about how y'all the spice to each other's rice or something. Girl, this man's a liar. Elena looks like she is smart enough to know if she steals Charlie, she is getting... She probably is smart enough, okay? That's why she said, I want to make a connection in the house with someone. I don't blame her. Now, I know you want to make it with someone, baby. You may have to scoot on back to Jeremy because Jeremy may not get the woman he wants, okay? So you may have to step it up a notch so you can get over there with Jeremy. He just might take you, okay? Because Jeremy just been taking anybody just to continue to be on the show. Because he took Miss Jenny. That's the sad part. He took Miss Jenny and ain't do nothing with her. Just like Corey took Leslie and ain't do nothing with her. Actually, Leslie put out I saw an article that I have to read about her explaining why she actually was removed from the show. So I got to go back and read that. I may put that in a video or something tomorrow. Because I also have to finish watching the interview that Flo did with After the Island, because she was kind of calling Will out on some SHI, and I thought it was interesting. What else? Let me go and see. Clearly. That's what Miss what's her name, Miss Elena needs to do. And I just think Elena is so pretty, so I want to be able to see her on the show, because I'm tired of looking at Shannon, I'm tired of looking at Kira slobbing down Will, I'm tired of looking at Olivia. Okay, so I'm like, bring somebody else in that's gorgeous. Bring in Elena, let her link up with Jeremy and hang around. But I feel like he's gonna be here to the end. I do, y'all. I feel like Jeremy is not going to leave until the very, very end. And I think we only got, what, like 2 weeks left? I don't think that man ain't going nowhere. Flo called Will out on Twitter and that she was real cute in the interview. Sis should have spilled more and been shady. I gotta follow these people on Twitter. Y'all be messaging me telling me to go check out their pages and stuff, but I don't know nobody's pages, so I gotta do better research. What else y'all saying? Oh my God. Good night. Everything Jeremy touches leaves besides Trina. I don't know. I thought it was on the girls that have the decision to make the recoupling versus the guys. Am I wrong? I thought it was on the girls to make the decision. They better put a dropout. They better put. I need something behind the scenes. I want to have more on Cash and Charlie, because I need to understand, why did I watch this entire episode and I left being confused. I couldn't even really be fully excited about the new guys coming into the house because I'm confused about what the hell just happened earlier. And I'm seeing them dancing like I'm confused. Like, so y'all gonna do this or y'all not gonna do this? And if that's the case, once again, it feels like Cash may like a little bit of toxic in her relationship. And I feel like Charlie damn sure likes some a toxic relationship. Seiko wanted Leslie, and if Trina was not a factor, then the triangle would have been between Cash and Leslie. Possibly. I think he wanted Cash more than he wanted Leslie, though, just based on the history and the connection. But I do wonder if Leslie and Cinco over there talking now that neither one of them are in the house. I never thought Cinco was with Cash to stay on the island. I never thought Cinco was with Trina to stay on the island. I always felt Charlie was playing a game. Yeah. Good night. I'm tired of Cash wearing that one damn wig. She looked better without it. I'm also tired of Trina. Have you looked at her? Have you checked your girl Trina with the same crushed wig? And the only time she really changed her hair was when Miss Leanne came into the house. Then she decided to do a half up, half down style. No, ma'am. Okay. And it looked like the curly wig Miss Cash was wearing was the wig that Miss Trina had on her head. Okay. I do like Cash bald though. I think she is super cute. You know, with her bald low cut, you know what I'm saying? She's fierce. I love that style on her. But you know, Trina went back to her crush wig as well. So are we tired of seeing Trina's, or y'all just tired of seeing Cash? Cash is trying so hard to understand where Charlie's feelings are at, but he's only meeting it halfway. Let me go down to the bottom. See what else you guys are out here spilling. You guys are just hanging out with me. Thank you guys so much. Let me go and check and see how many likes I got, because I got 300 plus people in the building and it looks like I only got 100 likes. Okay, can we go ahead and hit the like button? All right, I do know sometimes people be watching on the TV screen and y'all can't really like hit the like or whatever like that. I don't think so. But if you can, I would appreciate it. Thank you guys. Not all, I'm sorry, I done clicked on the wrong one. Not all Trina wigs was boss. They weren't, but Trina is gorgeous too. She's gorgeous. I wish Leanne would have been able to stay. That would have been great. I wish she would have been able to stay, but it was no connections. And she didn't make any connections. She only kept going after Cinco. Like, she didn't try to really connect with anybody else. I hated that. Oh, Lenny, you said say something that you like, then I'll like it. Well, how about I'll say that I'll just block you, because you always come to my channel. You're always in my comments. You're always on my videos, okay? So obviously I'm feeding you a ton of content, but you never want to, you know, like anything. So you're just coming around, you know? It doesn't cost you anything. So you could just hit the like button, you know? So, yeah, that's that. Uh-oh, dang, they're going so fast. Anyone notice what? Anyone notice how Cinco forgot all about Leslie when they came back from Casa Amor? Agreed, because he was so focused on and so tied up into what was going on with Miss Cash. That's why I think he was more into Cash than he was into Leslie. You lying. Is she 24? I thought she was much older. She acts much older. Her voice sounds much older. I did not know that she was just 24. I didn't think she was 39 either, but I didn't think that she was that old. I mean, you know, 24, like what? I talked about that earlier. I didn't really think he was being messy this time, because he just been saying the same things that he's always been saying. You know what I'm saying, about, you know, getting to know Miss Bailey. But this time I felt like it wasn't as messy, because he told him to make sure that he talks to Olivia and let her know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I'll give him a pass this time. Last time he talked to Miss Olivia when Olivia was pressed about Corey and Miss Bailey. But I'm like, you was the one that was encouraging this man to go and get to know her, and then want to tell Olivia to just trust him and not worry about things. Yes, this is who paid, and I don't know what's her IG page, because I was looking for it earlier because somebody told me to go check it out. Do you have it? Because I want to go check her page out, but I do not know her IG name at all. Oh, Cinco said that he was seriously considering choosing Leslie. So yes, he preferred Cash, but he struggled. Oh, interesting. All right, y'all. Well, that's that on that. I read a ton of comments tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging in. It's been 330 some of you guys. So I highly, highly appreciate you all. Tomorrow, I will not be live because I'll be doing the Ooh Ladies First panel where we discuss a lot of different reality shows over on Jay Lee's Corners channel. But I'll be uploading a video on Friday for you guys from the previous night's episode, as well as F-Boy Island. And then I'll be going live again on Friday night so we can discuss that. Okay. All right. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.